ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Naga Siren. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello, welcome back to the Epicenter main event group stages. My name is Nomad, I'm here with my Farah, and we are back with the second match of FlyToMoon versus Complexity Gaming in this thrilling 3-game series. I mean, what a game one we had. I mean, we had Z-Freak, he just pulled out the techies, and my god, he was soaring through the air, gracefully blowing up everybody in his path. It was like a maestro composing the ultimate symphony. Oh, it brought tears to my eyes the way he crafted bombs out of pure imagination. The skill, the finesse of that hero and the player. I mean, it was like him and the techies were one. They just came together. And they lost horrendously. It was awful. 21-minute game. So, we have a puck. We have a Naga coming out from Complexity. Not going for the techies just yet. You know, still time.
It's going to come back. Yeah,
I think so. I think so. Meanwhile, FlyToMoon, they're going to pick up the Leshrac and the Spirit Breaker. Now, obviously, Leshrac, you got plenty of versatility there. I think we've seen a couple of other people go for this opening of Leshrac Spirit Breaker. I think it was Navi with picking it up.
Secret were earlier today.
Secret, yes. Yeah,
up in their series against Newbie, they were picking up the Leshrac Spirit Breaker. They were actually putting Yapsa on the Leshrac as well, which was really interesting, playing it as a position 4. When mostly we've been playing it, people have been playing it as a 2 or a 5. There seems to be some sort of mid-ground now where people know that he needs farm, but he's also really useful with those split earths, especially when you get the setup stuns like the Spirit Breaker. So that should be interesting. I like the pickup though by Complexity against it. Obviously having that really good burst damage against the Leshrac should be super good.
Yep, absolutely.
And obviously they can coil and throw the sleep, and that'd be great.
And FlyToMoon straight away going to ban out the Dark Willow, not wanting the puck terrorize combo, understandably.
That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So do we think Complexity can drag out this game a little bit longer? I mean, without a techie, surely they might.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. I'd like to see a better... I'm sure they'll be annoyed at themselves the whole last game went. I'm sure they had this really good strategy around the techies that they would have liked to use, but we didn't get to see it last game, unfortunately. So let's see what they go for this game instead. They have got the Naga, though. Z-Freak's very good at this hero. Oh, wow, FlyToMoon actually just go for the clock. So this is really interesting because it could open up for the SF pick next as well. Which, you know, clock SF, that really me combo that I can't believe is still in the game.
Yes, the triggering combo of souls plus cogs, because cogs have souls, everybody knows.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even make like lore sense, never mind in-game.
If Dota made sense, it would not be a very fun game, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, I know, but you got to keep it within the realms of logic. I mean, do cogs have some, unless like Clockwork has enslaved the spirits of some lost tribe of tiny mechanical beings, spawns them for his own entertainment and purposes at a whim, and then immediately kills them again the moment they run out. And I can actually see that probably being something in the lore, so I probably shouldn't joke about it.
So the thing I'm interested about FlyToMoon's draft at the moment is who's playing 5? The Spirit Breaker playing 5, and is the clock playing 4? Or are they putting the clock as a 3 earlier? Obviously we saw Navi play the clock as a 3 against OG. Didn't go down very well.
No.
General... The clock's a bit of an underwhelming 3, it feels like. I don't think it was General's fault in that Navi game, but it's really not great. You're forced to rotate really early on and try and get kills, and it feels like if you don't get those kills, you don't farm quickly at all. You kind of just fall off super early, and then you don't really do anything in the later stages of the game except throw a hook shot out and then die afterwards. So Complexity actually go for the Rubik themselves. Really good against the Clockworker, just being able to lift him out when he goes on top of you, and you can just throw him out of the cogs, kill the cogs, and just walk away, and you're fine, it feels like. I really like it against the Spirit Breaker as well. Obviously, when he's charging in, you have that instant lift to be able to cancel it before he lands on his target. Also very good with the Dream Coil. You know, if they're in the coil, you just lift them out and break it and do loads of damage. I like that a lot.
It's like your discount Terrorize, right?
Yeah, that's true. And obviously the null field is really good against the Leshrac too.
Yeah,
that magic damage reduction going to be very good. So FlyToMoon, I think they'll probably play the Lesh as a 2. I'd be surprised if they had this Clockwork as a 3, like we said before, about it being a bit underwhelming. Yeah, there you go.
All right, Clockwork SF, we're doing it. FlyToMoon, looking once again to dominate their mid lane with Iceberg. And you know, it is really interesting because previously, you know, in the qualifiers for this event and in previous qualifiers, we've seen FlyToMoon going for this this strategy where they very much prioritize the farm on Silent, and he's your playmaker, he's your boy coming in, you know, often picking the CKs and such. They seem to be switching it now, though. Iceberg seems to be taking up most of the space and trying to be the playmaker. And, you know, it really was a massive switch from one to the other. And, well, yeah.
I feel like always want to fly on his position 5s, though. No fear on his position 4s. They don't play greedy heroes in general. They kind of tend to play space-making heroes and just go and get kills. And it allows Silent and Iceberg to get so much between them. Like, so much. God, there's so much space on the map for them to farm. I like this pick from Complexity, though, the Lone Druid. Really tanky. It's going to be difficult for any of those heroes to deal with in lane. I think the SF might be okay, but...
Well, you know, I said discount Terrorize earlier.
Yeah.
Well, this is a true discount Terrorize. You can literally almost exactly the same spell, just in miniature form.
What, you mean the Roar on the Bear?
Yeah.
Oh my god, alright.
Same purpose. So I can almost certainly see this puck building in Eggs. Because you've got 2 things to break that coil right now.
Yeah. I like that. I like the sound of that a lot. Obviously, when Ace played this Lone Druid earlier, it was against an OD where he went for the range hero build. But I think we'll probably see some sort of bear build here by the Complexity guys.
Yeah, I think that's likely. Unless they pick up something like an OD, which seems very unlikely, just to nuke down that bear. If they pick a major bear counter, then he can go for the range build. But right now, it's a pretty safe bet to go for the bear build.
That's true. So Complexity here. What do FlyToMoon need? They need. I imagine it's probably going to be Lesh 5 and Clockwork 3 now. Maybe a Lesh 3? Lesh Spirit Breaker off lane, maybe? A Clockwork 4? Not sure. We'll have to see.
I mean, the numbers just aren't adding up right now. We'll just see what they do when they get into the game.
I mean, none of those heroes look like a Silent hero to me. That's the standout. Normally he plays, like you said, these CKs, these Fens, these Gyros, things that really get fighting and involved early. Maybe, you know, Lesh can go down that route, but yeah, again, it doesn't really seem like a Silent hero.
FlyToMoon like to hit things. They don't like magic. They like to hit things. They're all about the raw physical damage, so...
The Complexity here, they need another core, I would imagine, too, unless they want to put the puck as their mid laner and then pick an off laner. I'd be surprised if they did that. I think put the puck and the Naga together in the off lane, really try and cause some chaos there. It might be a decent... I was going to say it might be a decent sniper game, then I realised there was a Spirit Breaker. I think he doesn't mind too much about the clock, but I think Spirit Breaker is really annoying, especially in the early stages of the game.
Yeah.
First few levels. All you need is a charge into some razors, don't you, and the sniper just dies. What else can we see from Lim? Trying to think. They might go for like the Quap or something again, but I think they really lack physical damage at the moment. Like they have the Lone Druid, which is good, but
I think it's okay to put the puck up mid.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, there you go. Underlord will come out for the offlane.
Okay, so Moo likes this Underlord. He's played it a lot recently.
Yep.
I'm just trying to think of what the advantages of the Underlord are, though, here, especially when they don't see the safe laner of FlyToMoon.
Well, he's someone that doesn't need any attention, which really frees up the Nagasaran and the Rubik to go roaming around the map. In fact, all of these laners are perfectly fine on their own. So you're gonna see the Rubik and Naga just basically going around playing like mending any broken lane with some ganks.
Yeah, and it gives them some sort of setup stun afterwards for when they use the sleep. I feel like at the moment they didn't really have anything to throw out after the sleep ended, but they have the Pit of Malice now. At least they have something to keep people locked down then. Let the puck drop, the Dream Coil Lone Druid could just come in and try and do some right-click damage. But I'm really struggling to see where Complexity's damage comes from at the moment. There's, yeah, the Lone Druid, but what else is happening here? The puck's going to do a decent amount, but Rubik and Naga don't really do damage.
Yeah, I can see what you're going for there. It's one of these drafts which are a bunch of heroes which don't really do anything, and this is what I've been saying a lot. You know, you always at the moment it just feels, and I have absolutely no evidence, no stats, nothing to really back this up, but I just feel like in this patch you need a hero which does something, which, you know, a TA or a Queen of Pain or just someone who can do stuff, because I just feel like Lone Druid, Underlord, and Puck are a bunch of heroes which do a bit, but not enough.
I mean, so when Pain VP was being played last night, and they said there was a lot of stuff on the map.
Exactly.
You're now using the word stuff, but in a different kind of context.
Yes.
So
yes.
they do enough stuff.
Yeah,
right,
you need those. Well, that stuff has to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you need stuff makers, and like Silent on the Razor. Yeah. So again, I wouldn't consider Silent a stuff hero, but you've got the Shadow Fiend, who is the stuff hero, being the only stuff hero in the game.
But like you said,
FlyToMoon, I've got this one.
Yeah, like you said before, though, it's interesting to see Silent playing the tempo hero and then putting Iceberg on the farming hero. So obviously Silent going to be putting that 1v1 lane against the Underlord, hopefully. So we can just be left by himself, and that kind of frees up Spirit Breaker. I always want to find No Fear on this Leshrac to just kind of roam around and go and get kills wherever they want, try and do something, pressure the other lanes, then pressure this Lone Druid, because we've talked about how Lone Druid is Complexity's main hero, and if they can shut him down, then what do Cole do?
Yeah.
And they have the heroes to left on the Spirit Breaker.
Absolutely.
Be interesting to see how this goes.
Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 2, FlyToMoon versus Complexity. And I mean, FlyToMoon not only have they got a stuff maker, they've also got the power of Bitcoin on their side. So there's not really there's not really much Complexity can do, I feel.
SF only got 2 souls from the first cogs, so that's a GG, by the way.
Yeah, that's game over. And you know, despite what happened last game in the pretty convincing win, there's no spirits lost on the side of Complexity. They're still gonna throw out the all chat, good luck, have fun, wholesomeness.
Obviously in this group as well, they have Complexity, there's FlyToMoon, and there's Empire, are probably the 3 weakest teams as well. And you would expect the top 3 teams to go through, and then it kind of leaves these 3 teams with 1 spot left to fight for. And I think these teams really need to try and be beating each other for whoever wants to try and go through to the main event, because obviously the bottom 2 dropping out, nobody wants to be doing that. Everyone wants to get to the main event.
Well, Silent actually took a deny there, so this game's over.
They've only got 10 souls. Okay, well, maybe they haven't been practicing it too much recently.
Moo waggling its tail.
Having a great time.
Yeah,
gone for that triple mango again.
Yeah, a tail whip. Oh.
Tanky build.
Winning the mango game, which is all we really care about.
That's true. Always on a fly picks up that Uber as well to try and put some pressure out on these lanes. He's already naturally quite a tanky hero, so a lot of his damage and slow is going to be coming from that Uber early on.
The battle begins.
Let's see. Oh, they are trading.
Complexity moving on to this rune here, and it will go to Z-Freak actually, and now they do have that Riptide only. Meanwhile, Silent will get a little bit of damage off Z-Freak as they go back towards their bounty.
So they are actually putting the Spirit Breaker in the bot lane as well, just to try and give this Razor a little bit of help early on, especially with the Naga coming down here to help the Underlord. They don't really want to leave the Razor in a 2v1. Kind of makes it a bit more difficult for the Razor. Razor really likes that kind of 1v1 raw action at the beginning of the game. You know, use a static link, drain all their damage, and then just freely take all the CS. But
yeah, absolutely. So Complexity gonna be kind of putting on the aggression onto Silent. But let's look towards mid lane, as we have Limp versus Iceberg. So of course Iceberg starting with a whole lot of damage, and Limp may well struggle to CS here, as he takes a lot of damage just from the right clicks of the Shadow Fiend.
Yep. I mean, it's difficult for the Puck early on. Normally this lane would be quite Puck favoured early on because of the massive damage difference between the 2, but I think Iceberg already with those 10 souls up to 12 already, so he's quite happy to just trade hits now. When he has those razors online as well, it can be difficult for Limp when he throws out that orb. If he throws it out too early, then he might be in trouble if some of these razors come through and start to hit him.
Oh, there's an early salve coming out from Iceberg, will not be cancelled by Limp, so getting the full regen off there.
Yep. How's this top lane going as well? Because I feel like Druid's not going to have a great time up there.
Yeah, he's
pretty difficult.
He's having to use his bear to chase away No Fear, who just keeps on throwing on the harass from the side. He's also got a split earth available as well, so he can always threaten with that.
Yep.
And Non-Grata's just kind of chilling. He's getting CS, top of the CS chart right now on this clockwork, so having a pretty great time of things.
He does have the Orb of Venom on the bear as well, so that's going to be really annoying for No Fear on this Lesh. Really doesn't want to be trading hits.
Still outruns it though, which is a funny thing.
Yeah, he does, but it's not easy. You don't want to be just letting this bear run after you doing nothing.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, you know, if it's getting Non-Grata farm and Chessie not farm, then
that's true.
It's pretty big.
The clock's got to 10 CS already because this Lesh is doing a really good job of zoning the Lone Druid. Razor's probably not doing as well as he'd hoped down here, but that's the effect of the Naga coming in as well, and the Rubik now too. They know they can't really help this Lesh too much with the can't help the Lone Druid, sorry, too much with the Rubik, so they just want to pressure the Razor even more. They have the Ensnare, they have the Lift, they have the Firestorm coming from Moo. Just trading hits.
Yeah, still
First
only,
hit bash. Oh god.
Okay, there we go. Always want to fly against the Charge of Darkness now as well, so will be moving around the map a little bit more, but as Saxa comes in,
here we go.
They're going to go for a kill here. Well,
oh yeah, one of the things we haven't talked about this game is obviously the Firestorm not working on Roche anymore.
Yes, yeah, it does limit the hero's usefulness a little bit.
It's a pretty big change, I think. Obviously, Underlord, one of those really good heroes at taking Roche because of the percentage damage. The raw damage from Firestorm still works, but the percentage damage doesn't. So yeah, really loses its effectiveness in what it was probably best at before.
Oh, there goes the lightning onto Limp, and with the right clicks from Iceberg, well, he's just going to get back that orb.
He's going to be disappointed that he had to use his orb. I mean, he had to use the orb, but it's not really how you want to be using it in the laning phase. You want to be using it as aggressively as you can. Absolutely.
And more lightning coming down. Does try and dodge out the split earth, but is just baited out.
Yeah, base shift cost him no mana though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's okay. Limp's doing a decent job in this lane, but I think SF's always going to have a decent time. The problem is when SF gets to like level 7, he's just going to double raise the wave, push it out, go to the jungle.
Z3 coming in from behind, but Limp does take a raise to the face and will be very cautious about going in here. But Z3 just doing the damage, but there is one raise, there's not another one available. And the split earth was quite off the mark there from No Fear. Yeah. No Yapsor.
Unfortunate miss. Yeah, Yapsor didn't seem to miss a stun earlier, it felt like.
I didn't think, I honestly don't know. If we had stats, that'd be great, but I don't think he missed any.
Very big shoes to fill.
Yeah, yeah. Can't really compare the two.
But Silent in this bot lane, he's got the double mango though, so you know he's okay against this Underlord.
Yep.
Trying to out-mango him.
Trying to out-mango the Mango Master, that does sound like a big undertaking.
I like that Moo's going for this Helm of Dom as well. Did get a few nerfs in the most recent patch, but still a good item, I think.
Bottom lane, the net comes out onto Silent with the Firestorm as well. It's enough to bring down the Razor. I think it very well might be. And that's going to be a first blood going to Silent.
I love this. And Lodrid's still getting some farm.
Going to Z-Freak.
Yeah, Lodrid's still getting some farm in the top lane, even though Clocks have got 24 CS in this top lane.
This is a very farmed Clockwork. He's doing very well for himself.
But when this Lone Druid gets level 5 and he gets the entangling route, it's so much more difficult for Clock to lane here. You know, he's going to be just trading hits on this bear all the time, and as soon as you get that route, there's sudden kill potential on this Clock, and he has to be really careful.
Yeah, I mean, he does have those cogs, which do help him out to a small degree, but yeah, definitely going to need a little bit more than that if he does get rooted up.
Does have a phase boost on. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, he loses like half his health just from one route.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Actually going back in for the CS now, and will be forced to pop that battery assault, which is less than ideal.
He just salved, and he lost 600 health.
Loaded to the gill.
Can't be doing that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's turning into a rough lane quite quickly. Yeah,
Lone Druid going for that Helm with a Dominator as well. Kind of take over the catapults, push the towers really early. I like this. You get it before boots. Try and get it as the catapult comes. Take over the enemy's catapult and push. Off you go.
Yep. Well, Moo the Mango Master doing quite well in this bottom lane on 25 CS versus the Razor's 17. So yeah, Moo definitely with an advantage right now.
They are putting 3 heroes down here. They are trying to really shut down Silent.
Well, here goes the charge onto Moo though, turning it around, and with the stomp and split earth is enough to keep him down for now. Do they have the damage to finish him off though? It looks like they will. And well, Z-Freak and Saxa trying to make something happen from this, but really nothing's going to happen.
He does have another charge ready though.
Going on to Saxa actually. Z-Freak is here with the Riptide. He cancelled the tie. Cancelled the
He cancelled it too early and accidentally auto-attacked, which is really unfortunate for Always Wanna Fly. Never mind. Always next time.
Always next time. Always Wanna Fly.
Oh, Silent might be in trouble now. They gets ensnared in the bot lane. Oh, okay, no. They don't quite... I think they needed the lift to follow up.
Yeah, oh, actually jumping straight onto Z-Freak here. They're all pretty low health, but it doesn't matter because they can bring down Z-Freak in a matter of seconds. And now run...
Oh, no.
Oh, reported.
That 5-man shrine would have been so value.
It would have been so value. I would have lost it, because you know me. If there's one thing I love in Dota 2, it's value shrines. Love me a good value shrine.
This Spirit Breaker charge into the Split Earth from Lesh though does so much damage, and it's so much lockdown, and they get so much kill potential between them that I feel like any hero, if they get charged at the moment, apart from maybe the Lone Druid, because he has a Savage Roar, but I feel like any other hero would be in trouble with that combo.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Lone Druid, talking of which, is going towards his Helm of the Dominator, should be there shortly. And we'll be looking to turn some heads with that bad boy.
Yeah, probably looking to pick it up from the side shop now with the bear, I imagine, and then take it back to the hero.
Yep. Limp in the middle lane, doing his best. Trying to just basically farm up, really. Z-Freak waiting to see if Shadow Fiend comes along, but it doesn't look like the SF is going to be there, as he's a way off farming up some creeps, waiting for the Necromastery.
Yeah. He's going here, and this is what we talked about earlier. He gets this level 7, just double raises the wave, and then just goes back to the jungle, just chilling.
Hanging out. Limp, he does have this coil now, though. I'm thinking he's going to get aggressive sometime soon.
He's falling behind, though, in farm compared to the SF, and this is one of the things that SF's best at. He just out-farms anybody because he flash farms so quickly. Has he got the drums coming out on Iceberg? On the courier?
He does not.
No, he's actually gone for a bottle. Okay, that's interesting. We don't really see bottles on mid-heroes anymore. Doesn't seem to be very valuable.
No, but Iceberg, well, he's going for it. Either he's stuck in a previous meta or he's a meta in front of us all. Can't really tell which, but I'm sure this game will tell us. Meanwhile, Leshrac getting very low in this top lane, thanks to rooted up by Chessie.
Can he juke through the trees?
Certainly can. The bear is not quick enough.
He hears the Wodo to music in his head. He's like, oh yes, I got out, I did it.
Juking through the trees.
Oh, that Helm of Dawn Creeper would have given a lot of XP to the Lesh, so he's just sitting here with no HP and no mana.
Yep.
My god.
Madman. Absolute madman. Look at him. He's going to go again.
He needs to taunt. That's the play.
If he has it.
Oh, this bot lane Razor's in trouble.
Can they bring him down, though? Yes, they can.
Drop the Dream Pool. Good puck rotation.
And Moon will drop down in response, and Zefreak's going to drop as well. Non-Grata with the double kill, just punishing these heroes for their diving.
Do they have the damage for the Limp? No, okay, he just phase shifted. Oh! Okay, I thought that was the long race going to come out to finish off Limp there, but only the short race to kill off the creep wave, unfortunately.
Oh, Limp with the dodges, dude. This is a good puck game. And is able to get away to the orb as well as Iceberg is unable to connect with these razors.
Yeah, jumps to the orb just before the raise hits him. Very valuable. Obviously that Arcane Rune on SF doing wonders in that fight. Really helps amp his raise damage. Obviously not the damage, but the cooldown means that you get so much more damage out in the middle of these fights.
Yeah, definitely.
And look at the CS chart. Look how well SF is doing. This is all because of the jungle creeps. He's almost doubling up the second person in terms of CS. Having a great time.
Yep, no surprises here that he's top of the net worth either, but very closely followed by the Lone Druid. And he very closely followed by Non-Grata, in fact. This very farmed Clockwork. Going to be very happy with himself.
We talked about the position 3 clock in the draft. I feel like he really needs to try and get things done. He got that double kill in the bot lane, which is fantastic for him, but he needs to keep going. He needs to keep getting kills, keeping up the pressure. And I think he needs to focus on this Lone Druid the most.
Well, smoke
here we go, yeah.
As if they can hear you, Chessie could be in trouble under this tower.
I am the voice of reason.
Is available.
He might just use the flare to scout here for the follow-up hook shot. But there's so many creeps and things. There's the Helm of Dom creep in the way as well. But
yeah, Chessie's got no idea. Misses the hook shot though. That's a big miss. But they do have the Spirit Breaker charging through. The Roar is out.
He's just running in.
Yeah.
Oh, the roots!
Big root onto the Clockwork. Non-Grata's not having a great time of it. Luckily, they will be able to finish off the kill with the damage on Silent, but Non-Grata falling very low himself. Can they find him? He's running into the tree line, but no fear. He's actually trying to get the lifestealer out of that.
The charge changed to Rubik. Oh, the charge!
Oh my god, everybody's going down here. Now the root is out to the Spirit Breaker, but no fear gets it with the Lightning Bolt. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, Always Want to Fly does still die to Zefreak under the tower, but what a fight. I mean,
Limp just comes in and cleans up and gets a kill, but he's still really I don't know, I feel like Iceberg's still the big hero this game. Doesn't really matter if like Always Want to Fly dies or Non-Grata dies. If they kill the Lone Druid, that's the biggest thing they can do at this point in the game. Just keep this SF on the top of the net worth, keep the distance between here and second. Silent just looked like he was going to get gone on there, but Zefreak just a little bit too late to the party.
A little bit.
He didn't get the invite. He's like, oh guys, I heard there was something going on, please.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So they are looking to push this top lane, I think. But
looks that way.
It's so difficult when this Lesh has this Lightning Storm. Level 4, gone for the 204 build.
Yeah, he's being very, very annoying. And this is keep in mind, this is a 4-position Leshrac, and look at how much money he's got. Yeah. Like, I mean, just looking at the farm this game, it feels like FlyToMoon have 4 cores. Yeah. Honestly, like, look at this. And then Iceberg, of course, doing Iceberg things.
It feels like what's Non-Grata going to do next though on this clock? Yeah, oh, he just hookshot somebody top as well.
Yeah, he's going on to Chessie here with the Lone Druid, but there's the fear out. Turns around, doesn't want to get stunned up, and Always Want to Fly bashes the bear out of the way to reach his target. Chessie, there we go. Clean up.
Huge. Really big kill for them. All they need to do is just keep killing this Druid over and over again. They don't need to worry about the puck. Underlord, they're like, okay, well, whatever, he can get some farm. But yeah, where's the damage coming from when Chessie dies on this Lone Druid over and over again? How do they defend? They don't really have any defensive spells apart from the coil to help him. Like the Pit of Malice is nice, but we haven't really seen it so far. And Moo just pushing out these waves in the bot lane to try and put some pressure on. But Iceberg and Silent just go back to the bot lane. They just push it out so quickly. Does have the Helm of Dom though on the Underlord?
Helm of the what now?
Helm of Dom on the Underlord.
I thought it said Helm of the Domino.
Domino, yeah. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Just interesting pronunciation.
Chessie actually going for this Radiance on the Lone Druid as well. He's going to be really late though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to have the same
1k
effects.
gold.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that's a little bit of a desperation play. Oh, did he die twice and now has no bear?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Still 4,000 gold off.
Deary me, and Always Want to Fly just walks past saying
he wants to get a deep ward down here. Try and spot the Druid farming in the jungle. Again, just kill him over and over again.
Yep. Nice positioning of that ward though by Always Want to Fly, because he knew that he was spotted out here, so he's got to put it in a little bit of an obscure place, but yeah, that won't be predicted out, I don't think. Meanwhile, the Dark Rift. Just a base.
Okay, that's interesting. Because he needs to get back to that top lane. He does have a TP, but he needs to try and defend it. With so many FlyToMoon heroes up here, it might be a bit risky.
Yeah, well, definitely risky on low health, so that's why he went back to base. Meanwhile, TP out. Looking for mid lane, it seems.
Yeah, Lesh went to the bot lane to just push the wave out.
Saska just about misses the Rubik, misses the Spirit Breaker there.
I like this, what Chessie's doing here on this lane Druid. His top lane's pressured. He's like, I'm just going to ignore them completely. I'm just going to try and push the lane to myself. Get this bear that hits the tower so hard onto them.
Lift back onto No Fear, and he just gets blown up. Always Want to Fly trying to jump in and do some damage.
Oh, good fit of Malice.
Malice going to spit everything
Stops the Nether Strike. Really good play. Oh, the Dream Coil comes out.
Coming down. As a Non-Grata will hook himself out of danger here, or maybe not completely. There is a net available from the Naga, and now Non-Grata could be in trouble though. In comes Silent, the rest of the team are joining in with this. Meanwhile, they've managed to finish off Non-Grata with the Fade Bolt. Always Want to Fly jumping in, but now he's in a lot of trouble as well. They're chasing him down on the tower. They have the root, they have the net, they have everything. They're going to take down Always Want to Fly as well. And that is 2 kills for Complexity. Looking like a totally different team right now.
Yeah, they're looking much better than last game. Iceberg did get the mid-tier 1 tower though in the meantime, so that's going to open up a bit of the bit more of the map for FlyToMoon next time. They're getting towards this top lane. But yeah, lost 3 heroes and then losing their bot tier 2 as well is not good. But again, look at the net worth chart. Iceberg's just dodging fighters for a while, just carry on flash farming. Is he looking for a certain item on the SF to try and get before he joins these fights? Oh, he's actually going for a Manta. Okay, that's interesting.
I think he wants to break the... Does that break the root from the Druid? It does, right?
It does, yeah. And it breaks the Pit of Malice root as well.
Oh, what a raise.
Yeah, he kind of went back to the orb, jaunted to the orb too early, and just means that when he doesn't have phase shift, doesn't have orb, he's basically a wandering free kill at that point.
Yeah, that was very awkward. Alright, so... Iceberg is still pretty close to the Manta. Is he going to fight after that, or does he want a couple more items first? You know, he seems pretty shop heavy this game. Yeah,
I'm surprised he is going for the Manta. We could tend to see like a Hurricane pike into an SNY if they want to go down this route, but obviously really values the Manta this game.
Always Want to Fly did go for the charge onto Saxa, but got interrupted by the lift, and now it's given Saxa the charge himself.
Yeah, charge is really good on Rubik as well, because obviously you can charge and then you don't have to finish the charge because you don't get the bash, but you can lift them back afterwards instead, kind of like that instant stun.
Yep,
pretty good.
Quite nice.
Does almost have the arcane boots as well, which is going to be really useful for him. I'm still worried that Iceberg's getting absolutely massive here. I like that they've paired up this Clock and the Lesh as the 3 and the 4 as well, because Lesh can kind of take over as the core when it gets into the late game where Clock falls off. We talked about that a bit. So there's not too much pressure on Non-Grata to carry on as getting some kind of farm and doing a lot of work, when the Lesh can also just transition with the farm and better with items.
Limp and Iceberg playing around, but still gets stunned up, and that is too much damage for Limp to withstand. Now comes in the Manta dodges it, but now it's lifted up afterwards. Iceberg going to need to get out of this one, but looks like he will be successful in doing so. Always Want to Fly, take a lot of damage. Requiem cooked up and going to chase back the members of Complexity, not wanting to fight under that Requiem.
Yeah, just make sure that Always Want to Fly can run away. It's not the best way to use Requiem. It's probably not what he wanted. He wants that 5-man Requiem where it hits everybody. But if you Always Want to Fly survive, then I think that's a decent way of using it. And they do get the shrine between them too.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got to settle for the value.
He's charging towards the top lane. Yeah, they get Z-Freak with the hook shot. There's not really much the Naga can do until she gets 4-star against that hook shot from the Clock.
I think Always Want to Fly just wanted to give vision there. So valued the kill over the heal. Selfless guy.
He can always go back and heal. There's not... Oh, this 200 gold to Iceberg. Oof.
Money. That's what they need to be careful of now that this Helm of the Eliminator changes come into effect. It's very important not to give away any free creeps because there's just too much gold on them now.
Yeah, Jesse about 2,000 gold away from his relic as well, from his radiance, sorry. So that's going to be a really big pickup for them. They can try and kind of 5-man then. They have the radiance on the bear. They've got the Underlord that's really strong in 5-man, and they have the burst damage from Limp as well on this puck.
But they're managing to turn it around. You know, we said when he started going for this radiance, you know, it's going to take him ages, but he's managed to find some farm out of nowhere pretty damn quick.
Yeah, FlyToMoon haven't really been able to shut him down in the last few minutes just because he's been split pushing lanes out and farming really defensively, which I think is the right thing to do if you're Chessie. You just need to make sure that you get that radiance online before you start showing yourselves around again. Oh, no fear actually goes down to the park.
Yeah, that was up at the top.
Yeah. He's just pushing the lanes out again. I mean, it's fine. It's not the best thing to be doing, but if you push the lane in, force rotations in, that's okay. Kind of just let your Iceberg SF just carry on farming. He's about 4,000 ahead of or 3,000 ahead of the Razor and almost 4,000 ahead of the Lone Druid at this point.
Whew. Wow, he's doing very well for himself.
Yeah. Obviously, SF getting a bit of a nerf in the last patch. I think the talent went down from 10% spell up to 8%. And then the movement speed.
-5 movement speed. Oh my god.
So the two talents getting
dumpstered.
A tiny bit of a nerf.
Get in the trash.
It really doesn't do much.
No, I mean, it's nothing.
Oh, not another Helm of Dom Creek.
Fair enough damage, but he goes down to the tower. Okay.
Oh, the split.
Naga Siren, he's going to go down. Limp on the backline, so trying to deal damage to Iceberg. Iceberg, can he get away from this one? I'm not sure he can as the Firesword picks him off, but Limp going to go down as well. Also, Sasuke being pushed back into the Leshrac, and that's a lot of damage. Moo will escape. But FlyToMoon take a fairly good fight for themselves, despite losing their Shadow Fiend.
See how much damage the Lesh did in that fight?
Certainly can, but...
oh my word.
924, so not that much.
I think the Death Requiem was the bit that did the most for the SF.
Yeah, true.
But on this position for Lesh, you don't really expect that kind of magic damage to come out so early, but... like we said, he's farming really well. Gone for the Aether Lens like we saw Yapsor do earlier, straight into the Yules afterwards. I like this a lot. It gives us a lot of mana sustain between those two items. It just lets him do whatever he wants, basically. I'd like to see him go for something, maybe a bit of mobility afterwards, like a Force Staff, maybe. That could be pretty useful.
No, too much mana now. Dumpstered the item. Get in the trash.
Yeah, it does only have the level 1 Edict available at the moment on the Lesh, though, so not going to commit to
split pushing is not really worth it right now because he just can't do the tower damage.
Not at the moment. He might even go for something like an Atos on the Lesh as well against the puck. Could be pretty useful. It just helps you land the Split Earth as well afterwards.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Obviously, the Yule's being really good at dodging or getting rid of the puck silence too.
And the mana regen, of course.
Yeah,
very useful on the last track. Mana hungry boy.
They're really trying to fight around Underlord here, who's super tanky on the front line.
Lift up, throw back, always want to fly, he's just going to get blown up. Meanwhile, Iceberg going in the back. Now they have this song. They're actually just going to song and TP, so both the defensive spells used. And they do clear themselves out. That's
really good. They got the tier 1 tower, and I think that's another Helm of Dom creep. Oh no, the actual catapult did run away. Speeding off into the distance.
Meow.
That was a great sound effect, thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. If Silent Mode gets caught out under the shrine here.
Yeah, if you put the Pit of Malice down, then lift him, you get the second Pit of Malice after he comes back down again, and there's so much lockdown time. Are they going to find Iceberg here? Limp blinks in really aggressively.
Looks like Limp will be okay.
Oh, word.
Live to phase shift another day.
But, yeah, again, Chessie does pick up his Radiance now. Okay, so they've got that online to work with. They can group up a bit more now, but they don't have the song at the moment. Probably want to wait for that before they really commit to the 5-man again. And Spirit Breaker with this 400 night vision talent is going to be super good at giving vision, you know, going and put these deep wards down. He even if he runs into somebody in the way in the night time, he's going to see them before they see him. And that's a pretty big deal when you want to go down deep and put these deep observer wards down.
Yeah, exactly. The warding potential is very high. And has the smoke ready as well. I'm wondering if they're going to want to go for something here with just the two of them. I think it's unlikely.
So Shadow Fiend's just going for the BKB next. Yeah, I don't know about this Manta. When he's going for the BKB afterwards as well, what does the Manta really achieve? Gives him a decent amount of damage, but I don't know. I feel like if you went something like a BKB into an MKB, obviously because of the Radiance as well, would be quite nice.
Yeah,
but you know, the stats are okay.
It's very survival intensive. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they've actually found another kill here. And Complexity are really kind of taking some advantages out of FlyToMoon's draft here. They're just finding a lot of kills.
I mean, that's the thing, that FlyToMoon are just splitting up a lot. Iceberg's completely dodging fights, it feels like.
Yeah, very much so. But again, Silence just going to drop. I mean, Iceberg comes in, takes one. The puck is here somewhere. Ultimate actually committed for Limp here. But he jumps into the tree line.
Rift coming in. The boys are back in town. Here we go.
Looking to go. Iceberg just going to mantra himself out of that pit of malice and get away as quickly as possible. Well, speed successful in doing so, though.
They're all pretty speedy, though. Yeah, run away.
True.
Oh, charge onto Naga.
Yeah, trying to do the damage here. Solo available for 15 seconds. And look at that damage from Iceberg. Finally turning up to a fight. And I say turning up to a fight, I mean he was forced to fight even though you could tell he really didn't want to.
Yeah, the fight came to him.
Chessie just rolls them away. Is there enough damage to follow up with? Doesn't look that way as Moog joins the front lines to scare away the side of FlyToMoon and Complexity keep their jungle safe for now.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of grouping up and making sure they don't give away any kills on Complexity at the moment, especially when you're against this clock. Anybody who's going to be left alone in one of these side lanes pushing them out, Non-Grata will punish you on that clock and he will kill you, so you don't want to give him anything that you can because he will fall off.
200 gold for no fear.
Another Helm with a Donkey. I think that's nice. Number 3, number 4 maybe.
They are going down a lot. Yeah, they are going down a lot.
And you can't let them go so liberally like you did last patch, I feel like.
Not for 200 gold, you can't.
No, it's a big net worth swing.
Ooh, Lone Druid could be going for something here with the puck and the Rubik as they look towards the middle lane. Coil available. We'll just use it with the Veil as well. Lift him up, throw him back inside, and they've got enough damage to bring down Silent. And where is the Shadow Fiend? I mean, he's just farming. He's not interested in fighting right now. He's just farming up.
It feels like Silence just... He feels like he's playing one of those heroes where he can just run around and fight everybody, like the Gyros, the CKs that he usually plays. And he's like, yes, I'm just going to run into you and do damage, and unfortunately he just keeps getting picked off.
Meanwhile on the top lane, Z-Freak goes down, Moo as well, both FlyToMoon getting a kill. The return gank, is it possible? Iceberg, are they actually going to be able to bring him down?
The Spirit Breaker giving good vision of Limp though as well, so Iceberg knows he's safe.
Iceberg. Yeah, exactly.
That's a really good deep observer ward done by Complexity in that jungle as well. And the bottom jungle gives them some fantastic vision. In the other sense though, FlyToMoon don't really have any aggressive wards down on the Complexity side of the map at the moment. They have that one in their own jungle and the one in towards the top lane, but it's not really seeing anything that Complexity's doing at the moment.
Yeah, and there is a pink line circled, not quite sure what that's about.
Dire's top tower
not sure.
is under attack.
Okay, so they're going towards the top lane at the moment. It looks like there might be a fight breaking out up there. Rubik's desperately trying to defend with the Fade Bolt, but we'll have to see. They are going to push this tier 1 tower here, but there is a Firestorm coming out from the Underlord, so really difficult to push into that one. There you go. We can see the map again now.
We can see the map once again. Change it to the Guardian.
You go back and losing trouble.
It's a lot of damage, and it is enough to bring him down. No problems at all. As FlyToMoon. It's almost like nothing happened. That was so seamless, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. We didn't miss anything. No, you just timed it so perfectly. So when it came out, we just saw the moon kill. It was so graceful.
Yeah,
amazing.
Beautiful casting here.
If they get this bear kill here, this could be pretty big.
Oh, the song comes out. Got to save the bear. Meanwhile, no fear. Just trying to make as much movement as he can with that coil. Still goes down though. And now Non-Grata coming in quick and trying to just get out of here. But Spirit Breaker is the fatality here.
And they win a fight just outside of FlyToMoon's base, so they're going to keep going here. They've got the Radiance on the bear.
They've got a bear, they've got a dream. That's all they need.
Tower getting chopped down.
That's just have so much damage with that building damage, but the bear actually dies.
The double catapult though is going to finish it off, I think.
FlyToMoon, they're angry. They want to catch out Z-Freak here, and Non-Grata will be able to do that. You can't use spells when there's a clockwork on you like that.
He's going for the axe on the clock next as well, so has the drums, has the blade mail. Actually skips the 4 stuff, which is really interesting against the Naga and the Underlord as well.
Rubik does actually get out, surprisingly.
Good TP.
Yeah, Silent unable to find him in the trees.
But I feel like, FlyToMoon aren't really trying to fight at all, which is, obviously they're not a strong 5-man into the Complexity lineup, but when do they get better? Like, when are they going to be able to fight? Because Iceberg's farming, but Chessie's catching up.
I think when Iceberg's like 6-slotted with BKB in his backpack to switch out, I think that's when he wants to fight. Because right now he just feels like he's not interested in fights at all.
With the 3rd Aegis as well. I get you.
Yeah, and Refresher Shard and cheese.
He does have the Arcane Rune bottled as well, so... Or they do actually get the charge on Chessie up here from the Spirit Breaker, so he might be in trouble.
Damage onto this bear.
Here we go, the charge is going to come in.
Yeah, and 3, 2, 1.
Can he roar?
Boom.
Oh no.
He does roar on the bear, but it only catches the Shadow King, but that is the one they wanted to catch. But now Silent is taking his doggy for a walk, and he will bring him down.
So now FlyToMoon want to fight on the Complexity side of the map, but I don't think they can get anything out of it because Complexity are doing a really good job of pushing this bot lane in and shoving it in and forcing rotation.
Yeah, but no fear is there. He should be enough to defend it, but apparently FlyToMoon don't want to push up Rax just yet.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. The creep wave wasn't quite there either, so I think by the time they start hitting the high ground, you really don't want to do that when you're fighting into this Naga Underlord as well. All they have to do is Dark Rift back. All of a sudden you get some like sleep into a pit of malice, and then you go, oh god, I wish we didn't do this.
Yeah, things get difficult real quick when you're playing against these two heroes. They are the kings and queens of resetting.
He's actually got a point booster queued up on the Leshrac, so maybe going for a Bloodstone or an Axe, maybe?
Do you reckon we're ever getting a spin-off lore about Underlord and Naga?
Probably not.
Like husband and wife?
No.
They look kind of similar.
And you're in your own little world today, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of.
So Iceberg picks up the Aegis. He's going to be very happy with that. He's got the first of his three Aegis.
Run. Oh my god. Always want to fly.
Gets the empowering haste on the Rubik as well.
But they did, yeah, as you say, they did pick up that Aegis, and that is actually, you know, that's his first Aegis, so he needs 2 more before he wants to fight.
Yeah. I like that Iceberg's going for that raw damage as well in the Daedalus as his next item.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely the right play, because the rest of his team aren't really dealing too much damage at the moment. The Lesh is doing a decent amount, but when they get BKBs, the Lesh kind of becomes null and void in these long BKB durations. You need to wait for them to kind of come out and wait for them to come down in duration before you can really feel the Lesh's impact again.
But Silent, though, it feels like a really weird game for him having to go for that Yules. Like, it's a very odd item to get onto the Razor. I
think Mad from OG was the first one that started doing this. I might be wrong on that. He might have done it after somebody else did it, but I remember seeing him do it before, where it's really good because it gives you the mana regen to spam out, gives you the movement speed, but you kind of want it really early on to help your farm speed.
Hook shot, gonna find Z-Freak here. Can she get off her song? Yes, she can, but she's still inside these cogs. Although Rocket Flare has now run out. Actually looks like they might be willing to fight this as Saxa comes forwards, and then Moo in the background though just gets completely annihilated, and now they're going for more. Saxa trying to force stuff up. It was a cute play, but it wasn't cute enough. And FlyToMoon finding 2 kills here, and that song just didn't go as planned.
Yeah, they draw the line to go mid. Oh, they actually see Limp here.
Yeah, with the charge, but now Yules is out, and Silent, he can't get his own Yules off, unfortunately.
Yeah, they need to just leave that puck alone. He's going to be annoying, but he did a really good job. I don't know if you saw, he actually cut the creep wave mid, so it stopped FlyToMoon from just being able to push afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, cute little play, but it really helps them, and it means that FlyToMoon aren't going to get anything from this.
Don't steal my word. He's cute.
So yeah, he is actually going for the Bloodstone on the Lesh. I'm really surprised.
It's very greedy, but I guess they can see this game going late as they find Lit here on the puck. Do they have enough with the amazing cogs? And they do find the kill.
That's a great pick. They just completely chain-stunned their kills there.
Yeah,
that was their spells, sorry.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
really big.
We talked about FlyToMoon not being able to get anything.
Yeah. Well,
that gives his life away, and
they
then
get a whole lot, and I feel like Complexity are just starting to fall apart once again. I mean, they were never able to get the edge on Iceberg, and now somehow they've come 9k above. I mean, this is Bitcoin, right? They have the double siege creep now. Oh my god, I just realised what you said. They've got this double siege creep. Silent actually goes down to Chessie, but they're losing their base. They are, and by no slow rate either. With this Diabolic Edict and the right clicks from Iceberg, like next high ground, it's going to be vicious. That's a regen on SF as well if he wants to use it. Who actually took the catapult, which is pretty big. Okay, that's good, but you know, they don't need to commit to this tower without Silent. I think it's fine. They've got a good amount of damage on it. That's enough for now, I feel. Yeah, they can hold their heads high. Look at the net worth though on Iceberg. He's just so far out. Iceberg just ate the tome to get to level 25. That's so BM actually. And I love that he goes for the damage. Normally we see this cooldown reduction because all these SFs go for magic builds, but I love the damage per soul. When he gets that Daedalus online, he's going to be ripping through people. I mean, he's already hitting for close to 400 right now, so yeah, things are looking painful for Complexity here. Does the Druid have an AC? I think he does. On his little bear, he does indeed. Yeah, so he's got the AC and the Radiance. That's going to help with some of the physical damage coming out from the SF, but I don't know if it's enough. I think Rubik might get one hit by this SF if he crits. That's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, he does have it now. Iceberg, there we go. That is a whole lot of damage. These 235% crits definitely going to be coming into effect this game.
Yeah, doing 1,000 damage on the neutrals when he crits, that's pretty crazy.
Eek.
Oh, that tier 3 tower goes down in the bot lane, opens up the shrines, which is always really good to kill. Obviously gives you that map control.
These 2 creeps from Chessie just more than able to take out the shrine as they bait it in. Leshrac could be in some real trouble here. Sanji, of course, has that BKB. Not too much from him, but then Siegfried gets caught out. And now the hook shot forwards finds Limp, but they miss actually. Oh no, they do get the net off. Meanwhile, Limp trying to get away. Oh my god, that is a crit and a half. Just completely rips Limp in two.
Can they find it?
Dragon will tear apart wing by wing, and he dodges the net. Siegfried Manta style. Oh my god, Siegfried just gets styled upon by Iceberg. The rest trying to get out. It looks like they will be able to escape this time, but Saxa just on the back lines there. It has an unfortunate counter with no fear, but oh my god, the Manta dodge on the net. Are you? Wow.
Yeah.
That was something else.
I mean, that's crazy as well, because Siegfried fought back and died straight away. They nearly did a really cute play of cogging in the Underlord away from the lone druid, but wasn't quite enough. They do have the Aegis,
so not really too bothered here.
Oh, it does run out.
Uh-oh. That was unfortunate timing, but the bear goes down with those 1k crits, and they make... Oh my god.
Oh, Puck buys back though. Limp wants to get back in here.
This is enough for FlyToMoon. This is all they need, and
oh no, he's going to go down.
Coil. He's got the Manta available, but it's not enough to keep him alive, is it? Forced up, no, Fateball comes out.
Oh, good gosh.
The whole team has to kind of turn around and go around the edges here. Everybody's getting hit by these cogs. Very value. Saxa.
Oh, what a hook shot. He's going to run away.
Hey, oh god. Oh no.
Limp's like, come back, please. I want you. I love you.
Oh god. Why did he cogs?
Oh, Spirit Breaker might be in trouble here though.
Why did Saxa cogs?
Spirit Breaker, I think Limp's going to find him here. Yeah, Siegfried's just going to net him here. I think that's going to be the end of him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
space.
He can make some space. Get into base, you know. He's got charge. Not going to use it.
Yeah, this happens in your pubs. This is where you get the chat wheel going. Space created. Space created.
Yeah. Everybody kind of just nods in agreement to get something.
Razor gets the 10 armor talent now as well at level 20, so he's going to be a lot more tanky. Very difficult to deal with. Up to he's only up to 1700 health actually. So it's not too much, but does have a decent amount of armor. Has the BKB, has the Yules. They're being a bit pesky. Yep. That iceberg damage though, did you see him just like 2 hit that puck? It felt like.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
Insane. I think he got a double crit on the bear, I think, as well. Lift up onto no fear, sending it back with the cogs as well from Saxa. Stylen now has the split up, but seemed to forget that it had no cast time. Non-Grata now turning it around, gets the cogs himself, but Saxa just fires himself out the other end with the 4 stuff. And no one is going to go down. Maybe I spoke too soon actually. Leshrac. This is his Bloodstone as well. He's got 11 charges left, and well, make that 7.
Yeah, unfortunate. And this is the problem with the Bloodstone on position 4. You can't put yourself in a position where you split push these lanes out. And if you do, they're not going to be afraid to go on you because you've got a Bloodstone, and if they take out those charges, super value.
Yeah.
But again, he's not so reliant on the Bloodstone for mana regen this game though. He does have the Yules and the Aether Lens, so he's okay. Saxa's really mobile on this Rubik as well. He has the Blink and the 4 stuff, going for the Yules next as well, so I don't know how they bring him down without committing a lot to him, to be honest.
He wants to make some plays this game, but
yeah.
So what's our good friend Shadowfiend going for now? Okay, so he's actually switched out from the Butterfly and is looking for the Satanic instead. Yeah,
I like that a lot. He needs the heal, but he also needs the raw HP. He's only sitting just above 2k at the moment, and I'm sure coming into this game he's thinking, right, I need a bit more in terms of stats. Maybe the Skadi would have been okay as well, but I like the Satanic. You know, just BKB Satanic. Just get all your life back. You're not afraid to be in the middle of the fight then at all.
And let's be honest, like, what really is Silent doing this game?
Oh, always want to fly.
Yeah, just
always want to die.
This bottom lane. Oh, good one.
Yeah, see what I did there?
We haven't made that joke 100 times we've cast this team. So Silent, what's he going to do this game in these fights? You know, he's going to steal the damage, pop the BKB, but unless he gets a really big damage steal off, he just doesn't really do that much. And even now, like, he just doesn't really have the tankiness to be in that front line. So I feel like there's so much pressure on the Shadowfiend. This game moves sliding in with the Pit of Malice.
They do get the root as well. He needs to get his BKB off.
Coming out, he needs to find a break here. And now the fear as well, but he will find a space to get off that lift, that BKB if he wants to, but he doesn't even need it. As a non-Grata comes to his rescue.
How has he survived that? I think if Lone Druid got any amount of hits off on him, he would have died, but doing a really good job of just kiting out, and the hook shot obviously saving him there right at the end.
Yeah.
Well played by non-Grata. So Siegfried here, he's so poor on this Naga actually.
I mean, he's in a slump, dude. Like, you know, he had a terrible Techies game. The Dream You know, he was like, we're gonna be the first team to pick techies in the new map patch, and we're gonna win every game, and everybody's gonna be like, whoa, complexity, pro techies players, and he was gonna be a star, but it just didn't happen. You know?
Why does it always rain on me in the background?
Yeah, he probably is. He's probably not even listening to his team. He's just upset, but it's okay. Z-Freak, you're playing well this game.
And he's got the medallion coming out as well, so that's going to help their Roche potential if they ever go for that. It's going to be very good. Obviously, it's very good at giving some armor against the SF. I think Puck needs some help with that armor.
Yeah, big time. But Roche is up in 20 seconds. I do think that the armor's not going to be enough, although look at the commitment here. They're going forward. And who can they find? Are they going to Dark Rift out of this one? That is my question. They use the song.
They just focus Razor down.
Yeah, he just got that BKB going off, so he is immune to that song.
Here we
now
go.
Comes in everybody else. Iceberg's coming in for this one. And who can he find? He doesn't want to break this leash. Meanwhile, No Fear trying to find Saxer in the tree line. Can he do it? But it's actually the Spirit Breaker on the front lines who gets taken out. Iceberg has to get out.
Iceberg's not able to get his damage out in this fight. He's really struggling.
No Fear with the Elders trying to TP out of this one will not be successful as he's used up into the air, but the rest of FlyToMoon, they are backing out of this one big time.
Yeah, he's not having a great time since he got that Bloodstone. Down to 4 charges now. Non-Grapple does have that gem, so he really doesn't want to be dying here. Has the hook shot to try and get out.
Ready with that extended telekinesis range. What a hook shot.
Oh, Rubik stole the hook shot. He might go. Oh,
God, straight forwards on Saxon there. Oh my God. Finds Non-Grado. Iceberg trying to turn it around. Will find the kill onto Z-Freak though. It was a good play, but this might actually kill him.
Oh my God. What a
prediction. Oh my God. Okay.
Iceberg here.
They could actually do it. He's going to mount it out of that Pit of Malice, but it comes silent. The cavalry is here and they're looking to turn this one around. They throw the Underlord up into the air. He has got that Dark Rift available. There is no reason. He just gets taken out. He ran out of mana.
Oh, the battery assault just ruined him there. That was very unfortunate.
Iceberg coming
here comes the charge.
Now. The charge to back him up. That bear, well, he's target number 1. And nice fear from Chessie, going to keep himself alive.
What a savage roar. He tried to do that before in the top lane, if you remember, but didn't quite get it off, and he's been practicing ever since. He's been willing to come back.
Just been alt-tabbing to the Dota practice, like, with phase shift and stuff.
Prove everybody wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clock gets the rocket flare damage talent as well, so he's going to be better at pushing these lanes out.
Can we just reiterate, Rubik didn't have sight there.
No,
I have no idea how he landed that hook shot so perfectly.
Because Saxer's a god.
Yeah, that was pretty insane, but
he's like, complexity, guys. I might be a standard, but you need to hire me up.
Yeah.
I am the man.
Yeah, he's making his CV very tempting right now, but FlyToMoon going into this Roche pit, 10k advantage, it's about to be 11k, and an Aegis, and a cheese. And I also note that picking up this Aeon Disc as well, which is so sick on a
the
sleep, and the hook shot in. Oh my God.
If they get this Aegis, this is huge.
He's just gonna grab it. He gets the Aegis, he gets the cheese. Z-Freak, what are you doing? Oh my God.
Oh, this is crazy.
Turning it around. I mean, he's obviously dead here, but Jesus, he takes the Aegis for himself.
Oh, here comes the charge.
Still has a cheese.
You know, he changed his song there. It was, why does it always rain around me? And then he's like, God damn no. And then he put Eye of the Tiger on it. He's like, I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to come back into this. What a steal.
Around.
My God.
Jeez. What a guy.
Oh,
and,
Rubik.
Oh, Saxer.
Jesus. Saxer's...
Saxer lives his entire life in fear this game.
I feel like whenever Saxer gets hit by the SF, he always gets crit. That's not a bad thing to say, is it? Like, I feel like that is actually happening.
That's literally what's happening every time.
I don't know. We haven't really felt the effect from Lone Druid. It feels like in the last few fights, there hasn't been like a really massive amount of damage from them. Especially when Iceberg is just gonna probably like 6 hit the bear, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know. You can't even put the items on your hero though, because he 6 hits a hero as well. So it doesn't really matter.
I mean, there is a good amount of armor on the Lone Druid at the moment, sitting on 29, so it's with the aura from the bear.
That's true. I'd be tempted to swap over the Cuirass to the hero, and maybe the Radiance as well, and just leave the Skull Basher on the bear.
No, you want everything on the bear. You don't go half-hearted. You have to go the whole way.
I don't know, man. I'm a very indecisive person, so I like to split the items between the two and lose every game.
I mean, I've played with you before. That is definitely what happens. You lose every game. Okay, so... Lesh coming into this late game though, we talked about it earlier, but he's basically become the position 3 in terms of farm. We talked about the Bloodstone a little bit, but I think they need something more. Probably like a Hex for the Puck would be really useful.
Yep.
Obviously he's being really annoying in these fights, has the Ags as well, so just trying to lock these heroes down like the SF, stop him getting out his damage by using this coil.
Yep.
Like SF really wants to be moving around these fights and getting his damage out.
And that is actually so key late game, but complexity all going to be revealed by Nongrata here as he's jumping in. He does have a big fine hook shot onto the Rubik. Iceberg in the middle of it, getting quite low here. They get the back on him, they root him up. But the Satanic coming through, going to heal him up as he just destroyed Jesse Moo on the front lines. The song is out, the Dark Rift is going to be used, and that is going to be the taxi home for Z-Freak and the Underlord.
Does Jesse have buyback?
He does not.
This is a problem. Because how do they defend now? They have really good high ground defense, but they have no song.
Yeah, he needs 370 gold. He's not getting that buyback unless somehow Complexity can take some objectives, which just feels like not losing life.
Yeah. SF just 4-hit the Druid as well, which is crazy. Oh, okay.
What? Okay, so Pim took him whilst he was forced to... I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, what a good shot from
Saxa, turning it around, but it's not enough damage to bring down the Leshrac. Iceberg on the front lines, throwing out the damage.
He has the Satanic if he wants to.
Yeah, and he's just going to drop it and hit some creeps to get his health all the way back.
There's no radiant creeps in the base, though. I think they've been
coiled. It's going to do a lot of damage. Look at Iceberg there, just stunned forever. Always want to fly. Rather take death by the hand of man than have it be by the coil. Meanwhile, Iceberg, nice man to dodge there.
Yeah, I think Limp cut the creep wave so they couldn't push anymore. Oh, they did get the melee back,
said, get back.
Yeah.
Who needs voice comms when you've got chat wheel?
Exactly. I mean, this is good for them. They get the melee racks, but I'm sure they would have loved to have tried to get more there, especially when Jesse didn't have buyback on that Druid.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Good defense though from Complexity, that one. Iceberg is so farmed. I don't know. I must have said that about 10 times this game now. I feel like.
I mean, looking at his he's got 508 last hits. The next in line is Silent with 270. So Iceberg has just been hitting so many creeps.
The thing is, when he gets this butterfly
also 13
as well,
and 2, by the way.
When he gets this butterfly as well, he doesn't even need his boots. He can just swap them out because he has the hurricane.
Yeah, the movement speed talent.
Movement speed talent, exactly. So he's still going to be decently fast.
Yeah, that's true. Does the I guess the hurricane pikes help with mobility?
Yeah, not in terms of raw movement speed, but the mobility is really useful.
Yeah.
Ray's actually going for the Scardy as well. I like this. He needs some raw HP. Gets him some lots of stats on the Scardy. You can kind of just try and kite the bear around a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We talked about the armor. We haven't really talked about the Eye of the Storm on the Razor though, because I feel like that's really helping with the SF's damage in these fights.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this thing knocks down your armor every time it hits you, and he's able to get into the middle of the fight with the Shiva's Guard as well. He's getting a lot of work done with his skill set and items right now, despite not having that much as well. You know, that's a big difference.
Iceberg sitting on 7,000 gold. I wonder how much his buyback is. You see? Yes, sir.
3,000.
Okay.
Sorry, buyback cost 2,600. But we have a fight going on as Silent runs in. The coil is used. Because now you don't have it as Iceberg runs into this fight.
Here we go, they're trying to find Limp here.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I'm not sure the puck will be able to survive this. So the Dark Rift, it's actually going to get everyone. Even the puck.
5-star Uber.
Wow.
5 stars.
The puck just ending his phase shift perfectly there.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Beautiful Dark Rift then, and that's going to save them from that somewhat messy engagement.
I don't know if anybody saw, but yeah, but the SF buyback has cost about 3,600 gold, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
2,700, right?
3,700. My God.
2,700.
3,000. Come on, man.
It says buyback cost 2,700.
That's the surplus. Oh, buyback cost. Okay, right. Well, don't listen to me. I'm out, guys.
Right,
GG from me.
Yeah. I think
this is a solo cast now. Sorry, guys.
Anyway.
I was trying to do the amount, take away the surplus, but that's obviously him when he dies as well. So
yeah, it's okay. It says it in the little grey line. It wasn't obvious. We won't berate you for it openly.
Reddit's gonna hate me, man.
Probably.
Oh God.
All right. So Complexity here. How do they take these fights? Because they don't.
There's a Yules.
Never mind. They don't get a choice. 4-star out onto Saxa here.
Another song.
There's the song used as Nongrata does jump in onto the Naga trying to stop it. But the rest of FlyToMoon just coming straight in. The bear is up in the air. When he comes down to earth, he's going to face the wrath of icebergs. He just chips away at that bear. Liv jumping in. He's got a beautiful coil, but there's just nothing to finish off. They can just sit here all they like. And icebergs even have died out the ulti. Oh no, this is a second bear. This is a re-summoning. And bear number 2 is looking in a lot of trouble. Stopping him away, they're keeping it alive, but Chetsy himself is the one who's going to drop, and he's got no buyback.
Oh, no.
Even if he did,
Saxa
he'd have no
in trouble.
Saxa
Okay, well.
Just jump back in and quickly grab the no fear. Silent actually going down as well, but Nograta will find this kill. Now Iceberg, the big monster himself, just hanging around, and look at him ripping through Moo here with all of that right-click damage.
Oh my word.
And a couple of misses there, actually.
Yeah, the Solar Crest really coming in handy.
Yeah, and Iceberg, they're just kind of playing around him right now. Complexity, scared to overcommit, but still doing a pretty good job and just making some space.
Complexity have a really good ward on that high ground, which means they can take the fight really well. So FlyToMoon just back out. I think they realise that Complexity have the vision advantage.
Yeah, they lost their Razor pretty on early into that fight. So they were actually at a disadvantage pretty much that entire time.
Yeah.
Because all they managed to do was take down the Druid, and they themselves lost 2 heroes. So
it's so frustrating for them that they managed to kill Chessie again, but they still can't get anything out of it. We made a joke earlier about them waiting for the 3rd Aegis, by the way, but it feels like that's what they're going for.
We're waiting for the 3rd Aegis, so how long is it going to be? 2 minutes 16.
Not long.
Not long.
I mean, especially when it's a 48-minute game. 2 minutes really isn't much more, is it?
Yep.
Oh, there's a DD.
Find double damage. If he can get one attack off him, they just blow someone up, but they've got so much damage, and they managed to hex him up, keep him controlled. Oh no! Oh no!
That's very unfortunate.
Iceberg taken down
Great
with the double damage. Fantastic control by Complexity, just not letting him get off a single attack. I mean, it was 3 heroes on 1, but all the same, you know, that was very scary. If he got 1 attack off, then that could have just changed everything with that Satanic.
And this is so huge for Complexity, because if they force out the SF buyback here, it gives them a win condition.
Yeah.
If they kill the SF within that buyback timer, I think that I don't think FlyToMoon can fight anymore if SF dies.
Yeah, absolutely. Middle lane, Moo is going in. Or stuffing out in a quick Leshrac pause.
They're planning their defense here. This is it.
Yep. Classic lag.
Sound the horn.
Doesn't really work at land though. They'll just come over and say, "What's your lag?" And they say, "Oh, you don't actually have me. I'm just trying to be tactical."
What was the LAN where they allowed them pause time for tactical reasons?
Oh, I don't quite remember what that was.
Because I remember Complexity were actually the first team to use it when Kyle was on the team.
Shed a tear.
They can't say anything, you know. It's fine. Okay, so they're ready. They have the Scardy on the raise now. I love that he's building a Hex next as well. Not obviously going to be quite a while before he gets that, but...
Yep. So here we go. Are we going to have a buyback from Shadow Fiend?
They really want to hold it on for as long as they can.
Yeah. Oh. Always want to fly, baiting out with that ultimate.
And obviously with that tier 3 tower down that went down about 20 minutes ago, it feels like they can just go on this rack spot.
Yeah, 50 seconds or Shadow Fiend's back.
There's a lot of wave clear though from the ring.
Happy to go onto this high ground.
Oh. So much lightning, this is ridiculous on the left.
Yeah, this is possibly Silent in trouble here.
The SF
in comes Nograta though, they've got them stunned up, and Moo going to use that Dark Rift now with the song as well. He's got him backing out the moment that buyback is used from Iceberg. Very nice plays from the Complexity.
The bear doesn't even die, and it was sitting on about 200 health, I think. So, really good play. I love that Z-Freak's built a halberd on this Naga as well. They know the SF's the main problem, and if they can just kite him around, they're going to be doing a fantastic job of winning. I think they'll win the fight if they do. Especially now he has
actually gone for a 4-star to save his own bear.
We serve himself as well. I think he needs it versus the clock.
He's got the cheese also. He can't give the cheese to the bear though, can he?
No, I don't think. Well, no, he could actually, I think.
Oh, can the bear use cheese?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Learn something new every day.
All right.
Always Want to Fly has a gem though here on the Spirit Breaker, so he's going to be wandering around here trying to find some Complexity wards. Doesn't look like he's going to find anything for now, but he does see a DD in the bot river.
Yep, and you can almost hear Iceberg salivating from here.
I mean, it really increases his damage output, especially with this Daedalus.
Yeah,
the crit suddenly gets so much more scary.
And that is about 600-700 damage on Iceberg right now.
Yeah.
Middle lane though, they've managed to catch out someone in there. Who is that? I can't even see. It's actually Nograta going down. And now
they get the coil
used on Iceberg. Iceberg just turning it around though. He's got the double damage. He's got the BKB. Trying to hit down Chessie, but can't quite get any damage out in time. And now he's been halberded up. He can't do anything. Z-Freak with the song Silent is not put to sleep. Now BKB runs out. So he is.
They're actually going to turn.
No, there's no Dark Rift available. We have to fight this. And in comes Limp, and there's a lot of damage. Shadow Fiend just hitting the damage from the sidelines, and also look at No Fear just running through. It's a 4th position Leshrac able to sit in the middle of the fight just because of this Aeon disc. And Limp trying to get out of this one. Will he be successful? The charge is out to him, and they land it. They land it, and they get the kill. And this is 2 heroes down. Buyback is available onto Puck, but Saxa, he's going to charge himself away. Go, little Rubik, go.
He's gone.
Yep, he's out of there. So FlyToMoon, I mean, They just don't want to fight without Iceberg's buyback anymore. They don't want to push, I don't think.
Yeah, I love that Complexity really commit for that fight as well. Instead of just using that Dark Rift and just getting out like we see all the time.
Yeah, it was risky, but they did it.
We're going to go for it this time, We really want to take the fight.
Yeah.
I think Puck needs to get rid of this Veil eventually as well. Possibly go for a Dagon 5, try and burst this SF down in the middle of the Hex.
Yep, he does of course have that ridiculous gold talent, so he's been flying through gold for most of this game now.
He's actually going for the BKB, it looks like, which is interesting.
Yeah, why not? An item you can toggle out.
Yep.
No fear. I think he did go for that Diabolic Edict, which was another reason why I was doing so much damage in the middle of that fight. Silent with the 100 attack speed, no surprises there.
Yeah, Lesh is going for a... is Lesh going for a Hex as well? Or is that an Octarine coming out? Oh, it's actually an Octarine.
Octarine.
Yeah, so this is the third Roche. This is the big one we were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, Centaur tried to deny it. Oh, look at him go! My god, just flying through! And ripping through absolutely everyone there. Non-Grata with a BKB of his own now on the Clockwork as they jump in here. And No Fear will get freed from his Ruchi prison thanks to the Elendis, but now not so lucky. Perhaps the damage is coming through.
The Bear's going to go down.
Hook shot onto 2 though. Saxa and Moo just caught out completely as they are locked up. The damage coming through. They take down Saxa. Now the song comes out. The Dark Rift is there. And Complexity, they get out again.
Does Chessie have a resummon on the Bear?
He does not for 15 seconds, but 15 seconds it's fine.
They're not going to be able to contest the Roche though. I don't think Iceberg's going to slam it down so quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure they ever could, not without their Rubik. The moment he fell, I think it's too late.
Yeah, I don't think Iceberg has a slot for this, but it means Nova is going to take it on this Lesh. And
no song to steal it this time either.
Yeah,
let's try it. Gets a sight. No, won't go for any funny business, so they always want to fly charges him.
Oh, no,
this is so big if he dies here, and the attacks from the low ground from Iceberg, he's going to just cook up that ulti, and with the damage, what a splitter! No Fear with the stylish blades to end Limp's life. 122 seconds on this puck, it doesn't matter how much gold you have.
Oh, he's got the Bear!
He's got the Bear, who just got resummoned as well. Always want to fly with the damage, and they just take him down, and now FlyToMoon in a very good position to put the final nail into the Complexity coffin.
They basically have neither of their cores. They have no Bear resummon, they have no Puck. How do they defend now?
So much of their net worth is on these 2 heroes. FlyToMoon finally looking to go to the high ground.
Edict.
And look at the Edict as well. Yeah.
Oh my word.
The plus 50 Diabolic Edict damage, it's a little bit insane. Almost double.
Oh my god, here we go.
Chessie can only watch. I mean, he's got a 4-star and Element of Dominate. He does nothing, and Moo getting caught out here from that.
Oh no, Moo.
There's the song from
there's the BKB,
the BKB. Hits it enough to finish off Moo. They're chasing him down. There comes the static lift field. They will be able to take him out. Freak trying to run away, but no chance there. This game is over. GG from Moo. And FlyToMoon do it. They take it in a 2-0. First game, extremely convincing. Second game,
that was it felt like an opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of the winning scale, didn't it?
Yeah. One game was 22 minutes, the next one was 54 minutes, so
yeah.